Hey everyone, it's FLAK. In a previous video, we looked at some of the best Battlefield moments in the franchise's single-player campaigns. We revisited everything from clambering into Black Bess in Battlefield 1 for the first time to going hunting in Battlefield 3.
Get your fangs out, Hawkins. We're hunting big game today.
If you missed that video, make sure to check it out with the link in the video description. It was never intended to be a comprehensive list, and a few of you mentioned some moments you wanted to see. So let's take a look at some more great moments from Battlefield single-player missions that made us fans for life. Before we hop into it, if you like what you see, make sure to like and subscribe for future content. Tap the bell to get notified of the latest videos. As with the last video, these are in no particular order and, well, there are obviously some spoilers ahead.
Hey, you need to see this!
To kick things off, let's revisit Battlefield 4.
Wrecker, take the wheel! Wrecker found it! Wrecker, let's go!
This game's single player kicks off with an intense battle through Baku, an escape through a collapsing building, and a moment that's not for the squeamish.
A wolf stuck in a trap will chew off its own leg to survive. Come on! The bone's powder, just flesh and uniform keeping me here. Do it! Cut it now!
We gotta go. Is he dead? He's not dead, he's just passed out. You're the combat lifesaver, man. You should know this, Pat. It was like a 3-hour course.
The scene is so visceral, hardly because it's in first person, but also because you can visibly see that Wrecker is horrified by what he had to do. It walks a delicate line by not showing the act, only the result, but it still hits you in the chest. Dunn, of course, can't catch a break either, and ends up in Davy Jones' locker just a few minutes later. Another gut-wrenching moment in Battlefield 4 comes when swimming through the crippled USS Titan. Sure, the bodies floating around are disturbing enough, but it's what you hear that's truly horrifying. The knocking sounds are actually Morse code, and they spell out SOS, something especially chilling when you know the Titan is set to slip off the reef at any moment, and there's no hope for the sailors desperate for help to arrive. Next, let's jump back into Battlefield 3. Now, we revisited quite a few moments from the game in the last video, but there is still a couple to cover, a testament to its reputation of being the best campaign in the franchise. Battlefield 3 was also our first taste of Frostbite 2, which led to some incredible moments. In the game's second mission, we get to bury a sniper and drive off a counterattack, only to have a building almost fall on our face. But it's what happens afterwards that is particularly memorable for me. Awakening in the rubble, you have to crawl through a city swarming with PLR soldiers, and one obnoxious rat.
The PLR is reaching out with catastrophe to all American soldiers.
Now, if you don't kill the rat, you get discovered, so you don't really have a choice here, but PETA actually took exception to this back in 2011, which makes this memorable for a whole different reason. It's also nerve-wracking to be so close to enemies, yet hopelessly outnumbered. And the hits keep on coming with Battlefield 3, this time with Dima's team as they try to secure the rogue suitcase nude. Chock full of intense action, this chase culminates in the terrible moment when the team realizes they've been tricked into chasing down a decoy. However, one moment from the chase is quickly forgotten by most players, but it stuck with me for years because it shows both the ingenuity and brutal efficiency of the Russian operatives. As Dima pursues their target, the terrorists release gas as part of their plot, and he's jumped by an enemy. But rather than shoot him, the QuickTime event simply has you just pull off his mask, leaving him to die from the same gas that they used on innocent civilians.
дорогой, ну чего ты?
Instant karma. Vladimir mocking him as he takes his last breath is spiteful, yet somehow incredibly satisfying. Next up, let's jump to Battlefield Hardline. This was one of the few single-player campaigns outside of Bad Company that occasionally tossed some humor at you.
Oh, shit.
In this particular scene, disgraced former detective Nick Mendoza and his crew stumble upon a very specific amount of cocaine.
That's $9.9 million worth of coke.
What are you, drug Rain Man?
Instead of leaving it for the cops, Tyson Latchford has a better idea. Well, until things don't go his way.
We're in Los Angeles. I can unload this in 6 days. What am I talking about? I know a pro basketball player. 4 days.
Tyson, I'm not kidding. Let's go.
I'm getting this out of here. You can help me if you like.
That forklift goes like 0 miles an hour. You'll get to Hollywood by next week.
Oh, come on. Hey, Tyson.
I'm not blind.
Oh, then what are you doing?
This goddamn thing, I'm almost free.
Well, maybe you get the hell out of it.
Tyson, goddammit, get behind and push. Come on.
Well, fuck it.
Not a word.
The next moment on the list is one of the most heartbreaking in Battlefield 3. Up to this point in the game, you've been through hell with Misfit 1-3, so dropping into the Araz Valley seems like no big deal, until VDV paratroopers show up.
Oh my god! Russian transport!
After engaging the enemy, Cole demands that Misfit continue their pursuit of a Russian arms dealer in the face of overwhelming enemy force, and that's a decision with dire consequences.
Gentlemen, you have never let me down before. Now I fully expect you to accomplish this task.
Absolutely, sir. No, Steve, look, I'm sorry, but that is completely unreasonable. I have serious reservations about this task.
Sergeant Campo, Blackburn, push on as required.
That's fast air! It's not ours, is it? Shit! Did he see us? Did he see us?
Oh, he's doubling back.
Holy fucking shit!
Hit the gun!
Now, back of it! Go, go, go! Is it in there? It's caught in the fucking rack! Hard way! I have that city up!
You fucking dick, Steve.
All right, I know what you think. Maybe if I'd have done something different, they'd both still be here. This is a war, and things happen in a war. Now, we still have a job to do. We have to get to Kafarov, and we have to get to him first, whether the nukes are there or not.
There's no way. It's just us. It's you.
It's on you, Marines. Are you coming with me?
For many, the deaths of Campo and Matkovich sting, and they probably made shooting Cole a moment that a few players secretly enjoyed.
We can avert war between our nations. Just two of us. No politicians. No money changing hands. Just two soldiers speaking the truth. Help me. Help me to do this. That's it. I have to leave now. You don't shoot him. Millions will die.
Get down on the ground! I said get down on the ground!
Remember, do whatever you have to do to stop Solomon's plan.
Hopping back to the lighter side of things, let's boot up Battlefield Bad Company 2. It's a cleverly written story, all the way down to this dig at Call of Duty developers while the squad plans its next move against Arkady Kirilenko.
I should clear this with Braidwood.
No. He'll just send some special ops douchebags with pussy-ass heartbeat monitors on their guns instead of us.
Sweetwater is of course referencing Modern Warfare 2's cliffhanger mission, in which Task Force 141 sneaks around in a blizzard using fictional heartbeat sensors. And I love that tongue-in-cheek attitude that you find in Battlefield Bad Company 2. Battlefield 1, meanwhile, took us all over the world, including above it. In Friends in High Places, players embark on a wild ride, crash landing on a German Zeppelin and fighting in a swarm of enemy planes. The ending monologue also makes you question if what you saw actually happened, leaving you perhaps with more questions than answers.
That's my story. A selfish man who risked his own life to save another, and in doing so, found he was saved himself. Things get mixed up in wartime, though, and you'll probably hear other versions. A rogue pilot who stole a plane, who killed his buddy, then lied, cheated, and murdered his way across half the Western Front, only to escape court-martial in the chaos of an air raid. But don't listen to any of that. What you heard from me is the truth. I wouldn't tell you if it wasn't. Would I?
Battlefield 5's campaign had a few choice moments as well. I particularly enjoyed when George Mason played It's a Long Way to Tipperary on the loudspeakers as the German army closes in. It really gives me Das Boot vibes.
Den Tipperary-Song, wenn ich bitten darf.
There's also a sad scene in The Last Tiger where the crew stumbles upon the body of their crewman, Hartman.
Hartmann? Dieser Idiot!
Halten Sie den Mund.
Er hat seine Pflicht getan, wie befohlen. Seine Pflicht? Nein, er war ein Verräter.
Einer von uns.
Fahren Sie weiter zum Hauptquartier.
What makes this so heartbreaking is that we don't actually know if Hartman is a coward and fled, or if he simply got lost. Either way, his fate is a brutal one, and it leaves the player emotionally torn. This scene also shows the division in the crew's belief in the German cause, something that comes to a head in the story's final moments. For our last moment, let's jump back to Battlefield 1 and the Aussie war story, The Runner. Here, we follow the legend Frederick Bishop, who struggles to protect a young Anzac soldier named Jack Foster. While hitting the blood-soaked beaches of Gallipoli was intense, it's the final moments of the mission that might leave you a bit misty-eyed.
There. You're a proper Aussie now. Gotta look the part.
As the Ottomans close in on the retreating Anzac forces, Bishop orders Foster and the other soldiers to retreat while he stalls them at the fort. Before Foster leaves, Bishop tells him to fire a flare when he gets back to friendly lines, and it turns into a touching story of self-sacrifice. Personally, for me, Battlefield 1's soundtrack really just drives home the emotions in that final scene. And a quick reminder, this isn't supposed to be an exhaustive list of all the great Battlefield campaign moments in the franchise, just some of my favorites. I'll be putting together a final Part 3, so if there are any that you think I've missed, tell me down below in the comments, and make sure to tell me what your favorite one was. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If not, a dislike, and make sure to subscribe and tap the bell for the latest Battlefield content. If you want to continue the discussion, check out my social media like Twitter and Facebook. We also have a partner Discord that you can check out using the links in the video description. And as always, thanks for watching.